Hey everybody, it's Micah, and on YouTube I am the New River Subdivision Railfan, and on Instagram I am West Virginia Railfan. And today I'm going to do a different type of video. We will be discussing CSX train symbols. Some of you may wonder, what is a train symbol? Well, in simple terms, a train symbol is an identification method used by the railroads to help them keep track of specific trains. Now, for the trains to be identified, if there is more than one of it out there somewhere, CSX also uses an origination date on their symbols. So, for example, we might see a Q23111. Q is the letter prefix of the symbol, 231 is the train number, and 11 is the origination date of that specific train. So now let us get into what the different symbols are and what they mean. We'll begin by talking about the most common type of train where I live, the classic coal train. For coal trains, CSX uses the T prefix, primarily where I live, but on the former B&O and on most other lines, the N prefix is used. And for empty coal trains, the symbols are U and N. U primarily runs here, while N is on the former B&O and most other lines. And I mention the former B&O because it's the CSX line that runs in the northern part of West Virginia. So that's just so you all know what I mean by that. Now let's talk about the R symbol. R is for rerouted trains. If there's an incident on a CSX route that blocks the train's normal route, they can reroute the train through another route that will get it to the same destination. They will run it through there as an alternate location under the R symbol. A good example of this is when we had a Q032 that got rerouted here to our line back in 2019 as R032. We also had the most common type of symbol on CSX, which is Q, and the Q symbol is from 001 to 199 is intermodal, 200 to 299 is auto rack, and 300 to 699 as general manifest freight. Another symbol is L, and this can also be linked with the Q symbol, is a term used for a train that is A, running on an alternate schedule, or B, headed to a different terminal than normal. That can be used if a train, let's say like down in Florida, if a train were to take the A line normally, but it takes the S line instead, it would most likely be identified as an L train. Another symbol that we have on CSX is the W symbol, and this is for work or bulk commodity. The work trains would be MOW, but a good example of the bulk commodity part of W is W210, which runs here as a coke train. G is the symbol used for grain trains, and then the empty grainers will return under the V symbol. Around here, sometimes they will combine empty coal hoppers and empty grain hoppers, and they will normally be ran under the U symbol, but they do also run under V. And then when they're split up again, the symbol will be changed. K is for unit trains, such as ethanol or phosphate. A good example here would be K429. That runs sometimes. X is an extra train. These trains can be used on trains that don't normally run on the day that the X will be running on. So if a train runs Monday through Friday normally, but they need a shipment out on Saturday, it will be running under the X symbol. We also have Y, which is used for yard jobs, and this will be any type of train that works in the yard. However, these trains can be used for local deliveries when it's not very far from the yard. I'm not going to be discussing the local symbols because there are just way too many for me to do in this video. But we also, the final one that I'm going to mention today is the Z train, which is foreign roads operating on CSX tracks. In West Virginia, a good example of this is R.J. Corman. And when they load trains, they will be on CSX tracks for a little while when they get ready to drop them off for CSX to pick up. And then they will run as they will run as a Z symbol. So that's another good example of Z. Thank you for watching. I will leave a link to my Instagram profile down below, so please make sure to like the video, subscribe to my Instagram, subscribe to the YouTube page, follow my Instagram, and make sure to share the video with any of your friends. I hope this was helpful. Thanks.